Back again now, aren't we? Come on in, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How the fuck are ya? Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. How the fuck are ya? Welcome. Come on in. It's about to be another uncomfortable conversation. But this time, today, I want to talk about spirits. I want to talk about interdimensional, non-terrestrial beings. Pure energetic beings, okay? Today we're going to go over energy. Because I feel like we just are completely ignoring the bigger picture of a lot of shit here. So, let's get into it. Now, we know that for every realm, there's energy, right? And we know that this energy is in some way, shape, or form a personification of consciousness, right? And that consciousness sometimes can be made manifest, right? Now, when that consciousness or that energy becomes manifest, in a sense, if you're not vibrating high, it can create, yes, it is activating in all of us. Bingo. If you're not aligned or vibrating high enough, you can create an energy or a consciousness that is fragmented or wicked, right? Now, let's say I'm still battling a sinus infection. You're going to hear a nigga cough. Let's say that the planet is about 1 billion years old. So for about 1 billion years, I'm not saying it is that old, but let's say hypothetically, for shits and giggles, the planet is 1 billion years old. So let's say for 1 billion years, people have been putting their attention and their energy on particular things. These particular things they're putting their energy and their attention to became a consciousness, right? And that consciousness was made manifest, right? What is an egregore? What is a thought form? What is a tulpa? Is a tulpa, an egregore, not a conscious thought form made manifest by emotional and mental energy? So, these thought forms made manifest by emotional and mental energy, these thought forms, these entities that came from a collective energy and consciousness over the course of billions of years, right? Through participation of worship, through participation of emotions, wants, needs, and desires and greeds, right? All of these things coincided, don't they? Now, here's where things get funny. What if I were to tell you that the majority of what people believe is an angel, or the majority of what people believe to be a demon is actually an egregoric thought form, a matter of consciousness made manifest? And not only just through them, it could be through their bloodline, their environment, where they're at, people, places, and things. All this stuff is very, very, very important, because you have to remember, once energy is created, it cannot be destroyed. So, when you create this energy that was just created, and it can't be destroyed, it has to go somewhere. It has to vibrate somewhere. It has to flow somewhere, right? And it was only created to do what you gave the command of, right? So by giving the command of something good, pure, and righteous, or wicked, dark, and negative, that energy doesn't die. That energy is not going to die. It's going to transmute. And it's either going to raise and upper in vibration or lower in vibration. but the consciousness, the energy is still going to be there. It was made manifest for a billion, million, thousands of years, right? Where you had a whole bunch of people primordially focusing and harnessing their mental and emotional energy on these concepts, right? Rather it be a Orisha, rather it be a god, a goddess, an angel, a demon. These things, these archetype energies, these elementary energies, right? They existed before we were here. Let me give you an example. Mythology. Any mythological story, it's actually the symbols of self and the energies that are conducive to self translated in story form. This is why in mythology you always have an antagonist and a protagonist. The antagonist is the initiate, that's you. The protagonist is usually the shadow. This is why you have a hero and then you have a villain. You have a damsel in distress. You have someone that needs to be saved, or you have a sweet soul that's captured, right? In all these mythological stories, there's always a hero. You know what I'm saying? And then there's a villain. There's something that needs to be returned or something that needs to be saved, right? They're trapped or captured. That thing that's trapped, that's captured, that needs to be retrieved is actually your soul. It's just the pureness, the goodness of you. You know what I'm saying? And some mythological stories, it's spirit. In some mythological stories, it's your soul. But every myth, every story, every folktale, every allegory are the symbols of self told in story form. It's actually the story of you and the energies that exist in you with the key symbols of you, us, I, and we told in story form. Just because it's a myth doesn't mean there isn't truth in it. It's a lot of truth told in a fictional way. And people who are adepts on the journey understand that because they raise their vibration and consciousness. The energy already existed in you. So, for example, the story of Horus and Set and Osiris, right? We won a much different timeline, man. In a way, past time. Damn it, you got this. All right, bet. Appreciate you. Think of it like Horus, Set, and Osiris, okay? Horus is really your conscious mind. He's your spirit that animates the body, right? Now, Set is your unconscious mind. Set is your humanity. He's jealous of his brother. He wants to reclaim the throne. Now, the father, Osiris, that is your subconscious mind. That is your eternal soul. That's why it died and came back to life after he was redeemed by his son. He was redeemed by the hidden sun, right? The hidden sun is the higher consciousness, the higher mind. This is why Horus and the story of Horus is very reminiscent of the story of Jesus. Because it's a mythological story holding the key archetype, elemental ideas and energies inside of us all, personified and told in story form. It's for you to understand the concept behind these ideas. Not necessarily for people to just think that they're real. They're not real people. These aren't real things. They're symbols. And their character in the story is a symbol or a personification of a particular energy that you embody. That's why you always find a favorite character in a movie. You always have a favorite character in a video game. You always have a favorite character in a book you're reading. The reason why you call your spirit's leading you to that, the reason why your spirit's leading you to your favorite celebrity, leading you to your favorite artist, or whatever the case may be, it's because that same energy you see in them that you enjoy when you're reading or watching or listening, whatever the case may be, it already exists inside of you as well. This is why mythology is literally the story of you told in symbolic story form. They give it the other names and other characters, but it holds the same elementary concept and ideas that people still use in movies today. There's always a protagonist, an antagonist. There's always a hero or a fucking villain and something that needs to be redeemed or saved at the end. It's still the same fundamental shit since the beginning of time. They're telling you a story. Cheers. You, one truly knowledgeable man, could listen and learn from you all day. Well, bravo. I appreciate that. Thank you. Here's one of the main concepts that a lot of people are misunderstanding when it comes to spirits and energy. Aliens. Okay? The alien, the lie-in, it's not necessarily what people think it is. A lot of us are the fucking aliens. We're the fucking aliens. I'm going to give you a perfect example. You ever have a thought about somebody and then they call you? Or like you ever have a song in your head and then you get in your car and now that same song that was just playing in your head, playing on the radio? Humans can't do that. You ever be alone and then it feels like someone's behind you and then you turn around and there's actually someone walking towards you? So you just sense the person's presence without actually being in the presence of a person before? Yeah, humans can't do that. Humans can't do that. So, again, the aliens you're seeking for are actually you. It's the same story. They're symbolically telling you who they are. You! It's been us this whole time. Whenever you realize all these stories have a hint of truth and it comes from somewhere. There's always a point of origin. And it always leads back to humanity. It always leads back to the man and the woman. It never ever goes outside of this species. Why? Why did I always say, oh, it was a humanoid figure? You ever wonder why we have webbing between our fingers and our toes? Like amphibians and fucking reptiles? Every person has this. Every single Homo sapien has webbing between our fingers and toes like a fucking amphibian. You ever wonder why if you sit in water for too long, it starts to absorb through your skin ducts? Because our skin is the biggest organ on our body, and you start to wrinkle up like a prune or a raisin. Ever wonder why? Because you're not fucking human. You're not fully human. Everybody on the planet is 2/3 human. We all have 1/3 that comes from a higher force, a higher plane, which we cannot see. You know why? We can't see it because we're still trying to see with our eyes instead of our mind. You see, I can still see you with my eyes covered because I'm not using these. I'm using this to see. When you start to understand that all things are just particles and waves, potential energy are active energy in motion. When you stop looking at things as just physical, understand every time you come across a person, every time you talk to an individual, you're interchanging energy with the spirit. They're possessed. You're possessed. I'm possessed right now by an eternal soul which cannot die. This energy that's animating the body will never disappear. It'll either go higher in consciousness and become what people call an elder, a watcher, or an ancestor, and transcend beyond this realm, this third dimension, to a fourth or a fifth or a sixth or a seventh or an eighth dimension, or a ninth dimension, a higher plane of consciousness, or they will deteriorate in matter and in spirit and in ether and lower to a second two-dimensional plane or a one-dimensional plane. Okay? You're either going to higher or lower in vibration. You're not going to cease to exist. There is no death. There's only transformation and other levels of consciousness based upon the energy. Now, with that being said, an altered state of consciousness, like when you're sleepy or when you're high If you're under the influence of a drug or alcohol or in a highly transcendental meditative state, and you change your state of consciousness, you change your state of awareness, what's going to end up happening to you? When you change your state of consciousness, you're going to start to see things in your mind's eye, right? You're going to start to have a deeper awareness. Wagwan, welcome in. Peace, peace. And through this deeper state of awareness, through this deeper consciousness and your altered state of awareness, when you come back to your physical conscious mind, your beta waves, everything you thought about, everything you perceived in that altered state of consciousness is going to become part of your awareness. Because you were programming your subconscious mind. You were literally interfacing directly with your spirit in the field of the unknown. Where do you think you go when you go to sleep and dream? Every time you go to sleep at night, you are dealing with a micro death, a miniature death. Your spirit leaves as your consciousness shuts down, and you're astro traveling every night. You're interacting and dealing with principles and concept, elemental energies, archetype energies that you interacted with in your daily waking life. Faces, people, and places that you've seen, that you were thinking about in your conscious beta brainwaves. You're going to actually go and travel and deal with and interact with in the spirit world. The dream world and the spirit world and the astral world are the same fucking place. Why do you think they call it the eternal sleep when someone passes on to the other side? Every time you go to sleep at night, where do you go? Do you really think you're just dreaming? Do you really think you're just dreaming? No. No. So what do you think's happening to you whenever you meditate on a particular energy, right? For example, let's say you're just meditating on goodness. You're just meditating on goodness and feeling light. Your body just feeling light and goodness. Whatever goodness may look like to you, because it's a very wishy-washy topic, that term good. And you're focusing on how that looks and feels to you. You're meditating in an altered state of consciousness. Don't you know your mental energy and your emotional energy is flowing toward that thought? And that thought is going to become a thing. Because what's the first principle? The mind is all, and the all is in the mind. And you're focusing on that goodness, right? You're holding that concept in your mind. You're feeling it. You're sensing it. And you're experiencing it in an altered state of consciousness, right? Wagwan, lion moons. Wagwan. Then you're going to wake up out of that, right? And then you're going to start to see in your waking reality all that good you were focusing on, you're going to start experiencing. Now, let's say you do the same thing in a negative connotation. Let's say you have anxiety or depression, right? After you're done meditating or focusing on that and holding that deep within you, what's going to happen? It's going to show up in your life. Not because of an angel, not because of a demon, not because of a god, not because of a devil, but because you concentrated your eternal vibration energy into that. And it became an agregoric thought form made manifest. It's not personal. It's not a demon attacking you. It's just doing what you created it to do. Quite literally, it's just doing for you what you created it to do. So whenever you think about things like, for example, someone name drop a deity. Somebody name drop a deity or a god or something. Give me an example. Give me an example so I could take this further. My head is kind of blank. It's hard to think when your mind goes blank. You see, I don't have any mental chatter at the moment. I'm just kind of locked the fuck in with y'all. And there's only 3 of us in here. Name drop. Name drop. Give me something. Thor. All right. So, for example, Thor. Thor is an archetype elemental energy. He's a protector energy. He's righteous. Right? he's brave. He represents courage. He represents bravery. He represents authority. All the same energies that exist inside of you, right? And this personification of the energy that existed in all the people at that time who worshipped and praised Thor. And during all this worship and praise of Thor, they would give him offerings and they would pour libations for Thor. They gave him a whole day where they'd do feast and they'd celebrate and give reverence to the thought form and the energy signature of Thor. So over time, long enough, that energy became so. It made manifest to where there is a energetic thought form that is non-physical. It has no physical body. It is a non-terrestrial. It is a pure energetic being that can jump in and out of the hearts and minds of individuals who vibrate on that frequency. It is you. There is no angels, there are no demons hunting you, tormenting you at night when you sleep. Yes. Yes. Think of it like another way. For example, have you guys ever seen the movie, what the fuck is it called? Whatchamacallit? Everything Everywhere All at Once, right? When you watch the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, what makes her able to tap into the mind's eye and change her reality? Is it doing everything everybody else is doing? Or is it strange and random behavior? What made her tap in to the multiverse to experience the past, the present, and the future, and simultaneous different alternate realities in her conscious mind and her waking life all at the same time? Was it doing the same thing everybody else was doing? Or was she focused on an energy and a thought form or a particular access point with her mental and emotional energy and conducted a strange or bizarre behavior within her mind, producing an action to manipulate and basically control the order of the energy that holds the fabric of her reality? Not manipulate her reality, but the energy that holds her reality together. Do you understand where I'm coming with this? That's what an egregore is. That's what an archonic force is. Think of the demiurge like your negative emotions. Think of the demiurge like your pride, your ego, those things that make you upset, that make you want to fucking bash somebody's face in. Those parts of you, those are those villains in mythology. Those are the bad guys in your folk tales and your spooky tales and your spooky time stories that make kids stay up at night and want to behave. You see, there's a left brain and there's a right brain. There's a sun side and there's a moon side. 72 goadic demons, 72 angelic angels, 72 portions of your left brain, 72 portions of your right brain. Oh, what's 7 plus 2 again? 9, right? And they always call us 9 ether beings, right? There was originally 9 zodiacs, right? We're in a 9-year, right? You're in your mom for 9 months, right? There's primarily 9 original Kemetic deities, right? If you include the sun and the moon, if you exclude one and include the other, how many planets do you get? 9, right? The 144,000. What's 1 plus 4 plus 4? 9, right? Did you know that there's 144,000 chakras on your pineal and pituitary gland in your brain? Yeah. Inside of you. Yeah. And what's 72 plus 72? And when you add that, you get 9, right? Okay, then. It's been in front of you the whole time. It's yours. This isn't my science. These aren't my studies. These aren't my symbols. They're our studies, our science, and our symbols. It's the story of us. The whole time. Damn, the feeling of knowledge, that's why it's like a feeling of PC right before I slept. I figured it was something. Shake my head. Feeling of knowledge. I told you I'm very tapped in, fam. I don't boast on the shit. As you can tell, I'm very low key. There's only 3 of us in here. But I appreciate all the 3 who stuck and stayed around. Y'all real. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But when it comes down to it, and you actually understand the energetic exchange, so let's say you're vibrating high, and you deal with an individual who's vibrating low. It is up to the high vibrational being to see the eye in eye. Don't judge the low vibrational being. Don't put the low vibrational being down further than they already feel. You see the eye in eye. You see the reflection of where you were before you healed. You see the reflection of what you were before you became what you are now. So instead of having a God complex and trying to save them or judge or condemn them for not being at your level, see the eye in eye. Level with them. Have compassion. Have empathy. Understand where they're coming from. Hear their story. And then when you hear their story, if the knowledge needs to be provided, and only if the knowledge needs to be provided, you provide that knowledge. But if they're happy on their path of destruction, you leave them where the fuck they're at. That is called non-judgmental justice. That is how you protect your energy. You see, anytime you give an emotional response or a mental response to something outside of yourself, you're taking on that karma. So if something upsets you, like let's say a friend comes to you, oh bro, man, it's bullshit. Man, these motherfuckers jumped me, man. These niggas don't took my job, man. That motherfucker took my bitch, bro. He fucked my girl, dog. Or whatever the case may be, bro. Right? And since you have an emotional, etheric connection to the person coming to you in distress, you feel for this individual. Their shit is your shit, right? Their problem is your problem, right? Well, that actually is a contract on a spiritual, unseen level. So now their karma has become your karma. The minute you decide to emotionally and mentally take on that problem, it becomes your duty to eradicate and clear that energy and that karma. And if you don't, you lose energy. You lose a small fraction of you are. And in that process of losing that piece of you, the person you helped will gain that piece of you. And it's up to that person to clear the karma. And if they can't clear the karma, they're going to lose that piece of you that you gifted to them by taking on the karma. This is how they weaponize our emotions and our love we have for our people against us with things like media manipulation, propaganda. This is how they keep us separated. They feed off of your emotions. They use the love you have for your people, the pride you have for your people and your culture against you. You have to remember the most important, the most valuable sense of currency to interdimensional non-physical beings, spirits, is your emotional and mental energy. They eat off of it. They feed off of your fear, your jealousy, your envy, your hate. That's food to them. These things are spirits. And the number one thing a spirit wants is life. They don't have it no more. So what's the next best thing? Your emotional energy, your mental energy, because it comes with thoughts and memory that they can use and manipulate and get you to believe in their agregoric demiurge ass. So you're going to start expressing more of those emotions, and they're going to help you because they need you to develop a belief in them so you could continue to feed their ass. And the more you're fucking feeding them, the stronger they're getting, the weaker you're getting, but that's okay to them because they were created for what you're doing. You're nothing more than a food source for them. This is why they put so much propaganda in the fucking news, in the media, and in social media. This is why there's so much rage bait post. This is why there's so much bullshit in the airways instead of authentic knowledge, because they need you angry. They need you scared. They need you lonely. They need you on drugs because it keeps them strong. It quite literally is their food. Why do you think adrenochrome is so popular? Why do you think they attack the children? Children are pure. So when you get fear and anxiety and shame and guilt and anger and jealousy and depression from a child that is pure, you're getting pure depression, pure anxiety, pure fear. Now you understand why these people structure this fucking society the way that they do. Why they make black people against white people, Democrats against Republicans, the young against the old, man against women, light skin against dark skin. You a half-breed nigga, I'm a field nigga, you a house nigga. Meanwhile, they're feeding off of everybody who's participating in that nonsense. Either on an intellectual level with their mental energy or on an emotional level with their emotional energy. Why do you think the number one TV show in the world is the news? Because it's not news. It's a TV show. It's a TV show. That's not real fucking journalism. The best journalists lately, you're going to find them on X, TikTok, Instagram. You're not going to find a journalist on fucking news, bro. They don't journalize shit no more. They're reading off of teleprompters. Quite literally, if you just watch people, if you just watch people's content, if you just watch their fucking eyes when they're on TV, they're doing this. They're reading off of something. So all these fucking posts, when people like are saying these things, they're like, yo, you want to know about the fucking Akashic Records? Yo, this wasn't this, it was code. Bro, they're reading from art, they're reading from something. That's not their own authentic knowledge. If it was, they would be staring in the fucking camera, looking at you when they're making their content how I am. But they're not, because they're doing this. Reading shit. They're reading off of something. There's either a artificial intelligence program or their boss or a 3-letter agency telling these people what to say. It's not authentic. It's not real. It's scripted and rehearsed. So the majority of the content and the things that we are saying is scripted and rehearsed to pull at your emotional strings and your mental energy. What are you experiencing the rest of the time? How can you know and discern what is true and false? When quite frankly, it's not about what's true or false anymore. It's about what sells. It's about what's profitable. And you know what's profitable? Drama, sex, and division. So that's what we're on. Drama, sex, and division. We're not on enlightenment. We're not on self-development. We're not on helping thy neighbor, looking out for one another. Because I don't give a fuck what you look like or where you come from. If you're a like-minded individual and you rocking with me, I'm rocking with you, bro. You fucking with me, I'm fucking with you. You say I'm your friend, I'm your friend too. I got you. I ain't gonna let nobody lie on your name. I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect you. Because I rock with you like that. I decided to intellectually and emotionally take on that karma. So I have to defend that shit with my life. Because if I let somebody play with you, they playing with me now. Because I decided to accept this emotional and mental connection with this person. And I didn't know if they had any karma before we connected. So when you connect with an individual, you make a friendship or you're in a relationship. All these things are exchange of energy. So let's say you're a player. Are you a woman and you got niggas? Are you a dude and you got bitches? What you're actually doing is exchanging energy with the person every time you have sex with somebody. All their soul contracts, all their partners, all their trauma, all their thoughts, wants, needs, and desires. She takes a piece of you. You take a piece of her with you. Not just on a physical level, on a spiritual level, on a cellular level, on a DNA mitochondria level. You released a piece of your genetic coding into her. You can't get that back, sir. You can't wash that out, my girl. You can't wash him out of you, baby girl. He in you for life. And if you're not together, understand something. You're taking on that energy. You're taking on that karma. You're taking on that responsibility. That goes for men and women. And then dudes out here wondering why they stay broke. They can't get right. It's always drama everywhere they go. Because you decided to take in some karmic debt and make an intellectual and an emotional agreement with another soul, with a whole nother spirit, with their own set of shit, not knowing what they were involved with before you got involved with them. Even if you're consciously aware of it or not. This is how energy works. Once it's created, once it's been shared, it don't destroy, it don't go nowhere. It either starts to vibrate and transmute higher or vibrate and transmute lower. But that's still your energetic your energetic signature, your essence out there. So all these promiscuous men, all these promiscuous women, y'all are fucking spreading a goddamn energetic energy trail like a fucking STD, fucking up everybody's life. And there's good people out here trying to have fun, not realizing fun will fuck up your life right now in 2025. It ain't about having fun right now. It's about being who you need to be. Now, understand, I am 28. I'll be 29 in December. I got 2 fucking kids. In 2025, I have to make $100,000 just to be above broke. Just above broke, nigga. Understand that. And I'm just one person in a world of a million just like me. I protect my energy. I protect my wife. I protect my children and their energy because I don't need no extra shit in my life. I don't. And that's how everybody needs to start moving and operating. Stop paying attention to that shit on the news that made you sad and angry. Stop paying attention to that post on fucking X or Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook that pissed you off. Because quite frankly, that's what it's there for. So you can produce a strong mental reaction or emotional energy, a energy in motion for them to feed off of. You get weaker, they get stronger. This is how things work. You're dealing with forces you cannot see. Higher principalities and lower principalities. We're not fighting flesh, motherfucker. Y'all niggas is thinking y'all motherfuckers still think we're fighting people, huh? Let me tell you something. The guy you see in front of you right now, Kashil, this is a meat suit. This is flesh. It's organic. It will rot, decay, and die. But the spirit that's animating me, that holds all these memories from ancient times and all this wisdom, all this knowledge, understanding and overstanding, that comes from a soul. That comes from something that's eternal, that is undying, that has had many names and has lived many different lifetimes. And the same applies to you. You are more than just your body. You are more than just your fucking thoughts. You are an eternal energy. There is a piece of you that will never die. Ever. So protect it. Doesn't you understand how sacred that is? It can never die. And if you don't use it and protect it, or as strong as it is, what do they say? If you don't use it, you'll lose it. Now you understand why there's so many people who feel bad for themselves and they're fucking on drugs. Because they lost their light. They didn't know how valuable it was until they lost it. And now they can't get it back. Tisk, tisk. You are a great young man. My angels attend you and your family. Again, angels, demons, angels of light, angels of darkness. These are thoughts. Think of an angel as a pure righteous thought that exists in the collective consciousness. Think of a demon as a wicked, unrighteous thought, a vulgar, unclean thought that exists in the collective consciousness, a primordial energy signature or a hive mind which the majority of the planet operates off of in our beta brainwave. These thought forms, these angles of light and angles of darkness, the hive concentration cloud of thoughts, These things are what are made manifest in the world. These things become energetic entities. They go beyond the energy because they exist in every man, woman, child, every rock, every plant, every animal. It has these energies, these thoughts, these forms of consciousness, even water. And before they existed here, it existed in the collective consciousness. Now, you can vibrate high and transmute that consciousness into an individual Christ consciousness. Or you can vibrate low and it will become a goetic demonic consciousness. Or particularly the 72 goetic demons are the 72 angelic angels. Just how there's 72 left brain, 72 right brain. It's inside of you. You are your guardian angels. It's whenever you're feeling good and you have that knowing that you're protected. You know those angels are looking after you because that knowing, those thoughts, you're creating an entity that's connected to the goodness of the collective consciousness of the whole planet working for you, and it's just doing what you created it to do. It's not personal. So whenever you feel attacked, it's because you've created thoughts that you have the ability to be attacked. Because you don't feel protected and you get attacked. Why? Because there's a whole group of people on the whole planet who collectively feel and vibrate like they're being attacked. So the energy has been made manifest as a demonic thought form, an entity that is just operating and doing what it was made to do. It's not personal. The devil is no sparer of persons. The universe does not favor person. It is no favor of persons. God does not take checks. You cannot buy your way into heaven. You cannot buy your way out of hell. These things are indirect. They're not personal. You have to understand divine universal law governs all events. It governs animal lives in the animal kingdom, plant lives in nature, and it governs our lives too. We are not separate or superior from divine universal law. It governs all events, even if you're not aware of it. So if you're not aware of the divine law, you're being used by the divine law. Let me tell you something about the law of cause and effect. Most people are an effect, not a cause. They are effects of their environment. They are an effect of the people they're around. They are an effect of the thoughts that they hold and believe. They are an effect of the music they listen to. They are an effect of the food they eat. They're an effect of their bloodline, not the cause. They're not the problem, but they are the effect, the end result of the dark side of the collective human consciousness. This is what happens if you don't protect your energy. This is what happens if you're not mindful and self-aware and understand that everything truly is what you think it isn't. And it is that deep. And this shit is that serious. You need to take it very fucking serious because it's your soul. It's your spirit. It's your energy at bay. And the majority of the time, people are ignoring these things. Like, they'll ignore truth because it don't agree with their emotions. Like spirits have morality. Let me tell you something. God is a spirit, which you cannot see. It is a pure energy, just like these aliens are spirits. These interdimensional beings that the Aztecs and the Mayans and the Egyptians and the Incas and the ancient Sumerians were in contact with, they were spirits. Let me tell you something. Anunnaki. Anu, from heaven. Nakai, to earth. From heaven to earth. But on an occult level, on an esoteric, symbolic level, the highest place, the heavens, is in the mind. It's the cranium. This is the occult science of the human anatomy. So they're telling you these are primordial thought forms that came from the heavens, came from the celestial divine mind, and fell to earth. Earth in the occult, in the esoteric, is the temple, the body. This is why all sacred temples and churches are fashioned after the human body. Does it make sense yet? You getting me? You starting to understand? Are you seeing through the veil, my nigga? Come on, drop some comments. Nigga need to know. I'm finna roll a blunt. Give me some time. In the meantime, drop some questions. You got questions? I got answers. Holla at your boy. This is what I do. My name is Kashil Range. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I've been here for a long time. And guess what? I ain't going nowhere. I'm here to stay. Whether you fucking like it or not. Hate it or love it. The underdog is on top. And I'm going to grind, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead. Envy me. 4 hours to work. May peace be with you and your family. Till next time. Y'all, I appreciate that. And you have a wonderful, blissful day. I hope you get everything you desire in your heart and in your mind. And that no enemies shall come your way. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and say a prayer and a blessing for everybody. This is a sacred, Kabbalistic Hebrew prayer known as the Anabakoa. Close your eyes. If you know it, say it with me. Anabakoa. Gidilat Yarmika. Tatir Tessera. Kabeo Renat. Amcha Sahagvanu. Teharanu Nara. Nagibor Dorshe Yurka Dega. Kavat Shomrem. Bakarem Takarem. Tamid Gamlem. Chasin Kadosh. Brav Tufka. Nahel Arateka. Yaki Ge'e. Lamcha Pane. Zokare Kadush Teka. Shivatanu Kabel. Ushiman Tezok Atanu. Yodia Te Alamut. Baruch Shem Kalvod Malkuto Liolam Vaed. May all of you be blessed, blissed, and filled with light and peace. May no parasite interfere with your energetic signature. Peace be with you all. Now this is my roll weed time. You got questions? I got answers. Holla at your boy. Don't be scared now. Holla at your boy. This is the time I answer questions. Because you see, the minute my blood get back rolled, and I like that bitch, Kashil finna start cooking again. Like I'm Dwayne in this motherfucker. You heard me? So in the meantime, I'm about to do what I do. Oh, you're very welcome. I got some chants. I got some mudras. Y'all need some money? Listen, I need some money. Y'all need some money? This is what we gonna do. This is a Gayatri mantra for Mahalakshmi. And Mahalakshmi is a energetic signature, a thought form of bliss, wonder, wealth, and prosperity. A lot of occultists and a lot of Indians and high practicing wizards have done and performed several various rituals for abundance and do offerings for Mahalakshmi all the time. While me, on the other hand, I just chant a mantra and do some visualization. When you close your eyes, visualize gold and pink lotus flowers falling from the ceiling. I want you to visualize gold coins, diamonds, surrounding you, falling from the ceiling as I say this chant. Okay? Om Mahalakshmi Chavid Mahi Vishnu Pachishtavid Mahi Tanu Lakshmi Prashodayat. Om Mahalakshmi Chavid Mahi Vishnu Pachishtavid Mahi Tanu Lakshmi Prashodayat. Om Mahalakshmi Chavid Mahi Vishnu Pachishtavid Mahi Tanu Lakshmi Prashodayat. Om Mahalakshmi Chavid Mahi Vishnu Pachishtavid Mahi Tanu Lakshmi Prashodayat. And enjoy. Go ahead and visualize them things falling and surrounding you. Mahalakshami Chevid Mahi Vishnu Pachich Devid Mahi Tanu Lakshami Preshodaya Mahalakshami Chevid Mahi Vishnu Pachich Devid Mahi Tanu Lakshami Preshodaya Mahalakshami Chavimahi Vishnu Pachishte Vidmahi Tanu Lakshmi Prashodaya Mahalakshami Chavidmahi Vishnu Pachishte Vidmahi Tanu Lakshmi Prashodayat Mahalakshami Vidmahi Vishnu Pachishte Vidmahi Tanu Lakshmi Prashodayat Mahalakshami Vidmahi Vishnu Pachishte Vidmahi Tanu Lakshmi Prashodayat Now I'm going to invoke Lord Shani, the strict father, the heavy protector over this realm. All must go through Saturn. This is a protection chant, a mantra that is used to protect against evil eye. Aha, Wagwan, appreciate that. This gonna protect against Boris Nari. This gonna protect against Malochia and the evil eye. It's a mantra dedicated to Lord Shani. Devodana vuset pan petujitar paramishwari. Unan merun pan penuhant paredontra vina shani. Om. Devudana vuset pan petujitar paramishwari. Unan merun pan penuhant paredontra vina shani. Om. Devudana vuset pan patujitar paramishwari. Unan merum pan penuhant paredontra vina shani. Om. Devudana vuset pan patujita paramishwari. Unan merun pan penuhant paredontra vina shani. Om. Devudana vuset pan pantujitar paramishwari. Peace out, Badrin. Good night. Unan merun pan penuhant paredontra vina shani. Om. Devudana vuset pan patujitar paramishwari. Unan merum pan panuhant paredontra vina shani. Om. We're gonna end it one more time with the fucking Anabukoach. Anabukoach. Gidilat Yarminka. Tatir Tesa. Kabeo Renot. Amcha Sagvanu. Tehar Renunara.
Nagibor, Dorshe, Yurkadega, Kabat Shomrem, Tamid, Gomlem, Jasen Kadosh, Brav Tufka, Nahel Arateka, Yakig Lamcha Pane, Zokare Kadu Shiteka, Shiva Tenu Kabel, Ushuman Tezok Atenu, Yodia Te Alamut, Baruch Shem Kalvod, Malikuto, Liolam Vaed.
Give reverence and respect and smoke to the elders and ancestors as I feed the spirit. I shade to the spirit of my ancestors as this smoke swirls. May the spirit protect the veil that watch over us all. And in your name, I say, Ashe. Come on, fuckers. Now you see I'm done rolling my blunt. Now, I don't know if y'all got any questions. Now. But if you got some questions, I got some answers, nigga. I really do this shit, man. I'm not one of these little funny motherfuckers on the internet saying shit. I really practice magic. I really do spells. I'm a real occultist. I have a whole altar in my room right now. I got some magical shit I gotta take care of today. Damn, some good ass weed. I ain't one of these motherfuckers out here faking and capping. I'm the real fucking deal. And if you would like to learn how you too can become the real fucking deal, follow my content. Tap the fuck in. Don't be afraid now. Don't be afraid. I ain't gonna bite you, nigga. It's the real shit over here. We having an uncomfortable motherfucking conversation about aliens and thought forms, because people tend to think that they give a lot more credit where credit doesn't need to be given to these things that are fiction and fantasy, when there actually are real fucking things out there that can harm you, that you cannot see if you don't protect yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and energetically. Can we clean our vessel, womb, or energy of past partners? You can, but it takes a lot of yoni steams and so on and so forth. It requires a lot of cleaning of the blood. So you'll be consuming a lot of beetroot. You'll be drinking a lot of hibiscus. Taking herbal infused baths with bay laurel and lemon slices, jasmine petals for purification. You're going to have to do a lot of womb work, a lot of meditative work. But it can be done in the womb. Those womb wounds can be healed in the course of 1 year, if you stay consistent. Same routine for males, but it would just be a phallus steam instead of a yoni steam. Same ingredients, cleaning the blood, using the beetroot, drinking the hibiscus tea. And I mean, you'd have to do this for about a year. I'm lucky. I've been with my wife for 11 years. I have 2 children. I'm okay. There's other people out there who aren't as fortunate as I am. And for that, I am sorry. But there's hope. You can fix it. You don't have to be carrying around all those energetic signatures and all them fucking karmic soul ties fucking with your mind. Fucking with your heart. Interfering with your own original thought process and energy signature. There's always a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. There's always a way around shit in this dimension. It's Earth. Yes, it's a prison planet. But prisoners know how to get shit now, don't they? There's always a way around these things. And this is where magic, voodoo, hoodoo, root work, herbalism, holistic medication, Home remedies, fasting, detoxes. These are our cheat codes in this prison planet. This is that commissary in the prison planet. You want to be cool with your prison food and your hot in the cot, my nigga? Or you want some commissary? This magic right here that we tapping into, this gonna put the money on your books. You feel me? Yeah, it's like that. This the moon pies right here, my nigga. Yeah, like that. It's like 10 cases of ramen right here, my nigga. Magic, the black arts, the sacred art, the occult. Listen, I don't know what y'all believe in. I am a Gnostic. I am Gnostic. I don't judge. But you have to understand with the things I study, applying the Hermetic principles through Gnosticism, yo, I don't fuck with this debaucherous ass planet. I don't fucking like people. People irritate the shit out of me. I'm very intelligent. I don't like stupidity. I don't fuck with it. I let monkeys throw shit at the wall. Meanwhile, I am chilling. You know, this is what I do. I talk to y'all. I give y'all a real game. I'm a real fucking person. I understand what real people need. They need practical things they can apply in a practical way on their own terms. Instead of just preaching shit, I'm going to give you a way to use it. For example, if you need some money today, here's what you do. You go in the kitchen. You get some cinnamon on your dominant hand, either left or right. You put the cinnamon in your palm and you go to the sink. You're going to start the sink to run the water on lukewarm water. You're going to rub your palms together towards you with the cinnamon in your palm and rub that shit together all over your palms. And before you rinse it off, you're going to bring it to your nose and breathe it in and visualize money falling and flowing to you effortlessly. And you're going to say currency, energy, money, material and spiritual flow to me effortlessly about 3 times. And then you're going to wash the cinnamon off your fucking hands. And you're going to have money for the rest of the week. I don't give a damn if it's $20. You're welcome. Let me tell y'all a little something about me, man. I'm a motherfucking hustler and a conjurer, man. I ain't had a job since June 27, 2025. I've been taking care of me and my family and my kids with my bookstore and people sending me cash apps for my spells, my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But every once in a while, a nigga gotta go ahead, wash his hands with that cinnamon, do a little something with some honey, wash my floors with some Florida water, bring in that abundance. Then I go Uber. Yeah, or I go DoorDash. And every order I get a tip. You have to put the actions in. You have to flow the energy. In order for a money spell to work, you have to have money coming from somewhere. You have to have at least put an action in, a job application or something. Because if you don't, when you're dealing in forms of magic, it's coming from the world of the unseen. It's coming from the realm of the unknown. It has to have somewhere to justify universal law for it to manifest in this physical realm. If you don't do that, you're going to get what you asked for because of the spell, yes, but you're going to lose what you had in the process because you violated divine universal law. It's not because the magic was evil. It's not because it didn't work. It's because you didn't do it according to divine universal law. Nothing escapes the law. So if you're going to do a money spell, you're going to do a magic spell, you want to do something to get some money, make sure you're already putting in the effort and work to get some money. Shit just a little slow right now. Go ahead and wash your hands with the cinnamon. Before you wash it off, bring it to your face. Money, energy, currency flows to me effortlessly in the material and spiritual plane. Say that shit 3 times. Oh, okay, you a real one. You're going to go to the sink with the cinnamon in your dominant hand. Let that water run. You're going to put your hands together, rubbing the cinnamon. getting it all over your hand. Towards you. Bring it to your nose before you wash off the cinnamon. Breathe it in. Take a good deep breath, closing your eyes and visualizing the money and wealth coming to you. Money falling from the ceiling of your house, covering your house. The money signature, the money energy, the abundant energy attaching to your aura and your auric field. You say money, energy, currency, wealth of the material, of the seen and the unseen world flow to me effortlessly. 3 times. Then wash your fucking hands and watch you get some money. If you're a man, if you're a male, and you need some money ASAP, get your hair cut on the 8th day or on the 28th day of the month. If you need some money and you're a male, you need some money quick, cut your motherfucking hair on the 8th or the 28th day of the month. It's going to pull that energy in through your crown. My name is Kashil. I'll do this shit. It's been real. I'll see y'all later. Don't forget to hit that Cash App if you feel so inclined to do so. Peace. Nigga, hit the X. I ain't even hit the X, my bad. Hee hee.